It's a northern planter here today. How are you guys? I promised you a video on this unbelievably beautiful orchid I found. I found it at a greenhouse here in my city and I am so happy I found it. The person I was with, you can ask them, like when I saw it, I literally lost my mind. So I live in a city where finding anything other than a Phalaenopsis orchid is very, very difficult. Only times when you do find them is usually at a flower show that comes once a year, and that's only if this one group shows up. I lucked out this year and I got two very unique, different looking dendrobium orchids. They didn't have any flowers on them. They actually just lost their bloom, so they're going through a rest period right now before I will ever try to make them rebloom, because they were in pretty rough shape. They were very dehydrated and stuff. And and I actually found it in a bunch of Gerber daisies. I don't know why. I asked them, I was like, oh, do you have any more orchids like this? And she's like, that's not an orchid. I was like, okay, never mind. So I do have those two. I did show it in my one video, just in passing, in my greenhouse video, but this one has smell to it, and it's not a Militoniopsis orchid. I know those ones smell, and those ones are beautiful, but those are really big in Saskatoon right now, with it being closer to Mother's Day. They're kind of everywhere. So those ones are another one. This one smells kind of like a carnation, is like really close to what the smell is, but just like slightly different. It's really hard to explain it, but oh, it's beautiful. I love it. So I wrote the phonetic spelling or sounding out of this orchid variety out on a sheet of paper because my Latin, I don't speak in tongues. What can I say? I'm not possessed. So it is a Zygopetalium orchid. Zygopetalium. I just kept on calling it a zygote, and I know the nerds out there are probably wanting to like kill me for that. I know what a zygote is. I know this isn't a zygote, obviously, but it's a Zygopetalium. These guys are really easy to care for. That's why I was so excited. I don't know why they're so hard to find, but they're so easy to care for. Their flowers are huge. Like, they're almost the size of my hand. Literally. I still have one bloom left to go. They usually bloom about twice a year. Spring is a really good time. They need a drop in temperature of about 15 degrees at night in order to bloom. They like room temperature. They don't like a lot of heat. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't put them outside in the summer. Usually keep your orchids inside. It's a good rule. Surprisingly enough, they don't like it. This guy, his leaves are very dark. This isn't the way he's supposed to look. He's just dark because of where he was. When I got him, he was really dehydrated. He hadn't had a lot of moisture. He hadn't been watered in a while. These guys do like to dry out in between waterings, but only slightly. You never want him to permanently dry out in any capacity, so you really want to watch that. You really want to treat him. I'm good in that sense. I live in an environment where my humidity is very, very low, constantly low, and it really sucks. So for a lot of my orchids that do like the higher humidity or don't have the Phalaenopsis roots, like the thicker roots, I will plant them in a dirt medium. I just watered him. But he is currently in a dirt medium, so I'm going to leave him like that. I probably won't replant him for about a year or two. He doesn't have any air roots or anything like that. He's looking really, really good, really, really healthy. So don't leave him sitting in water. Like I said, I literally just watered him. That's why the water's dripping out. So do not do that. But don't let him dry out severely either. He shouldn't be this dark. He should have lighter leaves. It should be almost like a lime green-ish type leaf, like a normal green leaf. He is very dark. I know the light makes him look light, but he is dark. So he needs to be put in a window that is in direct light right now in Canada, with it being +4 and snowing tonight outside. In the summer, he will not be near a window. It is too bright for him. He will be moved away from one, so he's in it bright indirect light. They do like light. They aren't like a Melatoniopsis in the sense that too much light isn't good. I have a Melatoniopsis right now that has gotten too much light, and he's literally like lime green, like lime green. So that's not normal for those guys. But for these guys, they should have slightly lighter leaves. Like these ones at the back are very, very dark. So he hasn't been getting enough light, so this isn't his typical color. With that being said, these guys are awesome. If you can get your hands on this orchid, not only is the flower beautiful, the flower is scented, and they are incredibly easy to care for. They're easier than Phalaenopsis orchids. They're easier than Oncidiums. They're easier than Dendrobiums. They're easy. They're so easy. I don't know why grocery stores and big box stores don't carry these guys instead of the phals. They don't suffer from the crown rot nearly as badly as Phalaenopsis orchid. You still have to watch to make sure you don't get water in the pseudobulbs. But I mean, if you're getting water in the pseudobulbs, you're literally like pouring water on top of the orchid. That's kind of your fault. Sorry. But yeah, super easy care, super fun plant. Really excited I found it. There's only the one color. Otherwise, I would have spent a lot of money getting all the different kinds. But there was just the one type. It was the dark purple, which is okay because purple is my favorite color. So if you want to see more orchid videos, give this video a thumbs up. If you want more videos on gardening, from vegetables to fruits to shade gardens to sun gardens to orchids to houseplants to carnivorous plants, I got nepenthes, all that stuff, or about outdoor temperate bogs. I do everything, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. I post videos as often as I can, usually minimum twice a week, and I'd love to hear your guys' success stories with these guys in the comments. You guys have yourself a wonderful spring. I hope your planting is going awesome. Peace, love, and plants, and you guys have yourself a good weekend. Bye.